All right, today we are diving into a really powerful idea that's been gaining some serious steam in the entrepreneurial world. It's called the solo empire. Now, this whole movement is built on the idea that just one person, if they have the right tools and the right mindset, can build a business that doesn't just compete with the big guys, but can actually blow past them. So let's deconstruct this and see what it's all about. So, the whole thing kicks off with this, wow, really bold claim from its founder, Vince Tan. Think about that for a second. It basically takes 100 years of career advice, get a good, safe job, and flips it completely on its head. It suggests that sticking with that traditional path is now the real risk. It's a heck of a statement, but is there anything to back it up?
Well, take a look at this. The source material for this movement points to a pretty startling trend. Back in the 60s, the average company stuck around for about 90 years. Fast forward to today, and that number has plummeted to just 18 years. And the projection? It's heading even lower, maybe less than 10 years. This is the core piece of evidence they present to argue that the very foundation of the job market as we know it is cracking.
And that leads us right into our first major point. The ground is literally shifting under our feet. The argument is simple. The old rules are broken. We're in a time of such massive change that the very strategies that used to guarantee a stable career are now, ironically, what make you vulnerable.
And this is where it gets really personal. The movement poses this direct, almost uncomfortably honest question. It's designed to take this big abstract economic shift and make it about you. It forces you to ask yourself, am I just passively going along with the Plan B life while the world is changing at warp speed?
And here's where the urgency really hits. The choice is presented as a pretty stark one, right? You either get on the surfboard and ride this massive wave of change, or you risk getting pulled under by it. According to this philosophy, just standing still on the beach, well, that's not an option anymore. Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the new way? This next part is crucial because it lays out the fundamental shift in thinking. It puts two completely different business philosophies side by side. And this slide, man, it lays it all out. On one side, you have the old system. The thinking was, hire more people, raise more money, get bigger, because bigger meant safer. But often, that kind of growth felt like a prison. Now, compare that to the solo empire principles. Leverage beats labor, meaning use tools and systems, not just more people. Smaller is stronger. Staying lean and fast is the new advantage. And maybe most important of all, freedom first. You build the business to serve your life, not the other way around. It's a total reversal. So this massive shift isn't just a threat. No, it's framed as the single biggest opportunity of our lifetime. It's supposedly creating a whole new type of entrepreneur, the incredibly successful solo founder. They call them one-person unicorns. And look, this isn't just some fringe idea from a random blog. The source material points directly to this prediction from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. He says a one-person, billion-dollar company will happen. It's presented not as a maybe, but as an inevitable outcome of the technology we have today. So what's the engine driving this whole revolution? It's all about artificial intelligence. The source highlights a projected growth of, get this, $4.8 trillion in the AI market. This isn't some niche tech trend. It's a tsunami of money and power that, for the first time ever, individuals can tap into directly. And that brings us to the most critical point. The tools we have now, especially with AI, are so powerful that the work that used to take teams of hundreds, even thousands, can now potentially be managed by one single person. That's the core belief here. The individual has finally been unlocked.
Okay, so we've covered the why. The world is changing, technology is creating this huge opportunity. But what about the how? How do you actually do it? This next section gets into the nitty-gritty, the actual blueprint for building one of these businesses.
The solution that's offered is this thing called the Solo Empire Masterclass, and it's defined not just as a course, but as a system. The keywords here are all about efficiency, using the least amount of resources to get the most profit and to get there as fast as possible, all powered by AI. And here's the step-by-step path they lay out. It's an 8-module journey. It starts with your mindset, rewiring how you think. Then it moves into finding good ideas, using AI to build the actual product, and then launching it. After that, it's all about automation, creating what they call an invisible workforce of AI tools to run sales and delivery on autopilot. And finally, it's about scaling to the moon, but without hiring a bunch of people, all while making sure freedom is the #1 goal. It's really presented as a complete A to Z roadmap.
All right, and that brings us to the final section. After laying out the problem, the new philosophy, and the step-by-step blueprint, the argument shifts. It focuses on proof, on evidence, and then it puts the ball right back in your court.
The source uses case studies like these as proof that this smaller is stronger idea is already happening. I mean, look at Midjourney versus Shutterstock, a tiny team of just 40 people generating comparable revenue to a company with over 200 staff, and they did it in a fraction of the time. Or even crazier, check out MyAskAI, one solo founder building a business with serious monthly revenue in just 7 months, something that took a giant like Zendesk years and hundreds of employees to get.
And to put a really big, juicy number on all this, the movement makes a massive claim that businesses using these exact principles have reportedly generated $80 million in revenue in less than 6 months. Now that's a huge figure, and it's meant to show you just how high the ceiling on this thing could be.
And so, we end right where we started, with another one of those direct, provocative questions aimed right at you. It's not just a summary, it's a challenge. In this new world, are you going to be one of the people who decides and acts, or one of the people who just waits and watches from the sidelines? According to the Solo Empire movement, the choice is entirely yours.